Hello, I'm Oko. I play for the team WLG Gaming, and I'm the recon engineer, and I gel for the team. So basically, I used to play Rust. I have a lot of hours on Rust. A friend of mine introduced me to the game very early, like on season 3. I became quite good at it over the past 1 year, got the chance and became a pro player. So Scoob, I found him on pubs, and then I ended up playing scrims with him, and I liked how he's played. And then Selen, I found him through a friend of mine, Grind, on scrims, and then he was very good, and we played together as well. To be honest, my team was very, let's say, bad at the beginning, but over time, grinding and experiencing one of the hardest loss we have ever experienced on our first DFGL game, not qualifying for the grand finals for just a bit. We grinded so much and practiced so much together that I feel like our team is unstoppable right now. Basically, on the last round of DFGL, the round that we needed to win in order to go to the grand finals, my team had 1 brick, we team had 1 more, and we found ourselves in a situation where we got pinched between 3 teams. If you could hear our comms, it was the most chaotic audio you would ever hear in your life, and we ended up paying the price for it. Yeah, the most heart adrenaline pump that you will ever see in a game like Dota, and to be honest, it's the most amazing feeling I have ever felt over my gaming career. Is basically when you're alone defending the brick. There's like a couple of seconds remaining, like 5 seconds remaining on the brick, and you're game, and you know you need to find a couple of knocks in order for the team to not steal the brick. And that gets you pumping for days. You remember that feeling for a long time, and that's one of the things that I love about the game. A very hard question to answer, but from what I've seen right now and how the teams play, I can confidently say that we can win this entire thing. 100% we can show the world that one of the best Greek orgs can compete in a national, like a European level.
The enemy got the mantle bricks. Find and stop them. Mantle bricks decoded. Nice work, operator.
The time to strike is now. Do not let me down, operator.
Decoding has begun. Defend the area.
Is about to take the first brick of the tournament. They're going to do it.
What goes around comes around.
Oh, I'm not going to do very much though. When you get barrel stuff, Skydie is getting aggressive.
See what I did there? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Let's knock them off their feet.
There we go. Down, and there it is. The air supply rounds some of the other teams can go out and deny them potential second main break. Welcome back, everyone, to the Rise Series. I'm Toby, joined by Vivid. And Vivid, it's been a quiet day so far, but something tells me that now that we're heading on over to Space City, we're gonna see things pace up a bit.
Yeah, the opportunity to be quiet is going to dwindle here. Take a look at this. Team Alliance, our only team so far with a mana brick. We have only had 1 mana brick round, so they are going to be, feeling pretty good jumping over to these mana brick rounds, but they're also going to be a team applying a lot of pressure to all of our other teams. The opportunity now for Team Alliance to kind of end the day early. They could do so in game number 4. They could do it in game number 5 or number 6. See if they can go ahead and do it before we make our way all the way to game number 7. FLC Clan, they're feeling pretty good. Their squad points are up there, 14. And we actually remain tied between the teams of NBA and WLG there They both have 12 apiece for POV and Fnatic towards the bottom of the leaderboard. But what we love about this format is that anything can happen. It doesn't matter if you're towards the bottom of the leaderboard right now, because the fact that any team could go ahead and pick up 2 mana bricks and just win outright regardless of their squad points is what gives these teams hope.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. As you can see, 3 Space Cities in a row, and then coming over to the final one could potentially be a Brackish, could be a Space City. Depends. The last place team gets to choose which map they want to play, should we go all the way to round number 7. As we now, again, take a look at the operator picture. More being grayed out. Gizmo's been double picked by WLG, so they won't have him. But now that we're in Space City, we are looking at a lot of Lunas and a lot of Tempests to be picked up.
Yep, without a doubt there. This is where it starts to be kind of some strategy starts to be employed as well with some of these comps. Like some of our teams are probably thinking about, well, we don't have a tier 1 spawn, so maybe we don't bring in our Tempest right now. Maybe we kind of save that away. But then it also begs the question, can you actually save it away, right?
Yeah.
Remember, Team Alliance could potentially go ahead and end things here early. Do you want to go ahead and leave it up to chance? Take a look at some of our most popular operators as it pertains to Space City specifically. The comp in general that we do see the most, of course, is going to be Stinger, Luna, and Tempest, which is why we see these 3 operators find themselves in the category of the most popular.
We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if pretty much all teams are going to be fielding these specific 3, or at least a good half of them will be. That's a 22% pick rate for Tempest. I've yet to see people up to double use Tempest just because of the value that having 1 brings into each round. But maybe there's a world where that happens someday. I don't think Space City or today is going to be that day, though.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of those spawns. As a quick reminder, you cannot get the same tier of spawn in back-to-back games. So if you got a tier 2 spawn last game, you cannot get a tier 2 spawn this game, which is why we see the tier 1 possibility here for the likes of NBA, FLC, WLG, and Fnatic, which for anybody kind of watching from home and hoping that this one goes the distance all the way to game number 7, there's a lack of Team Alliance actually in that tier 1 spawn, as they did get that tier 1 spawn over on Tide Prison. So they won't have early access to the mana brick, but they still could, of course, play for it later on throughout the game.
I feel like that Westgate tier 1 spawn is one of the most bait tier 1 spawns in the game, because I feel like every single game on Space City always starts with the observers going straight over to the Northwest tier 3 spawn, seeing them hunt down and try and catch the tier 1 team running for the brick in the center early on. And that's where the first fight is, as they sit and wait for that gate to be opened. You see a lot of times that teams take casualties in that specific position, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be the case here again.
All right, we're going to be jumping into another one of these break giveaways before we jump into round number 4. A redeemable code this time around for 1,000 Delta tickets. Redeem it as quickly as you can before all of the activations are claimed. You can redeem it in-game or on the official DeltaForce website. 1,000 Delta tickets.
Damn.
Gosh, you guys I know are so lucky that I'm a little busy right now and I cannot go ahead and opt to claim these for myself.
Yeah, we get left behind. Oh, we get to cast the games. Can't really complain too much about that, I suppose, but would be nice. The little tickets in the pocket here, as you see this one coming off to a Star Alliance. The one's on match point currently, ready to get a move on, and this is exactly what I was talking about before. Look at the amount of utility being spent over towards that west gate, but the smokes have been deployed. The run-on through has been set on, and Floor POV with their tier 1 spawn will make their way through, but this was the exact area I was talking about where Fnatic tried to see if they could cut off FPOV.
I want to go ahead and note some of the operators being used here. We actually only see 2 Tempests across the board here. Team FLC and Team FPOV are going to be the only 2 teams opting to go ahead and force one out. But take a look at this. Sell-in. Oh no, Grind was kind of laying in tow. I'm not entirely sure what the gameplay there was for Grind. He was kind of staying behind his 2 teammates to try to potentially go ahead and pick up some information on where some of our teams were rotating. But he gets picked up there, and he actually gets dropped down into the water. So the res itself is going to be pretty easy for Team Alliance to go ahead and find this one. But whilst we go ahead and watch this res kind of come in, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the loadouts here. We see NBA have actually opted to bring in some of the gold armor, as has FLC.
Playing big. They want all of it, especially considering the fact that no one's been able to extract yet. it goes to show what value everyone has to save. I mean, I feel like the ones that are bringing in goals in rounds like these, knowing what little they've brought in prior, they're pretty much going all in. Like, they want the mantle breaks in these rounds, FLC and NBA, that is.
All right, we're about to hit that 16-minute mark here. Team NBA are going to be one of the teams that